What if your mood isn't random at all? Have you ever woken up feeling irritated, tired, or sad, even when nothing bad happened? Maybe yesterday was fine. Your work was okay. Your relationships were okay. But today, everything feels heavier. You can't focus. Small things annoy you. And the strangest part is that you don't know why. Most people think there must be a clear reason behind every mood. If you feel bad, something must be wrong. If you feel good, something good must have happened. But real life doesn't work that way. Your mood is influenced by many things that happen quietly in the background. And once you understand that, you stop fighting your emotions and start understanding them. The problem is that when your mood suddenly changes, you often blame yourself. You think you're being lazy, negative, or ungrateful. You wonder why you can't just feel normal. Then you spend the whole day trying to fix a problem that may not even exist. This matters because your mood affects almost everything. It changes how you speak to people. It affects your decisions. It influences your energy, your confidence, and even how you see the future. A bad mood can make a small challenge look impossible. A good mood can make the same challenge feel exciting. So if your mood sometimes changes for no obvious reason, you're not imagining it. And you're definitely not alone. The first thing to understand is that your body often changes your mood before your mind catches up. Imagine someone named Sarah. She wakes up feeling unusually emotional. Nothing dramatic happened. But she slept badly the night before. She woke up several times. She skipped breakfast because she was in a hurry. By lunchtime, she feels stressed and frustrated. Now Sarah thinks her problem is work. She believes her boss is annoying and her co-workers are difficult. But the real problem started much earlier. Her body was already tired and under pressure. Your brain is part of your body. It doesn't operate separately. Sleep, food, movement, hydration, and even changes in hormones can affect how you feel. Sometimes what looks like a personal crisis is actually a sign that your body needs better care. The second insight is that your brain constantly reacts to information you don't consciously notice. Think about walking into a room where people seem tense. Nobody says anything directly. Nobody argues. But somehow you feel uncomfortable. A few minutes later, your mood has changed. Humans are extremely sensitive to their environment. Your brain is always collecting signals. The weather changes. The noise level changes. Someone sends a short text message instead of a long one. You see a negative headline online. You remember an old memory for half a second. Each event seems tiny, but together they create an emotional effect. A friend of mine once complained that every Sunday evening felt depressing. He thought he hated weekends ending. But after paying attention, he realized something interesting. Every Sunday evening he spent hours scrolling through social media. He compared his life to everyone else's. By night, he felt dissatisfied and anxious. Nothing dramatic happened. Yet his mood changed because of hundreds of small influences. This is why it's helpful to be curious instead of judgmental. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" try asking, "What has been influencing me today?" The answer is often surprising. The third insight is that moods naturally rise and fall, even when life is stable. Many people expect emotional consistency. They think a good life should create a good mood all the time. But that's not how human emotions work. Imagine the ocean. Even on a calm day, the water still moves. There are waves. Some are larger, some are smaller. Emotions work in a similar way. A few years ago, I went through a period when everything seemed to be going well. My work was stable. My health was good. My relationships were strong. Yet some days I still felt low for no clear reason. At first, I worried about it. I searched for explanations. I tried to solve the feeling immediately. But eventually I noticed something important. The mood always passed. Sometimes it lasted a few hours. Sometimes a day or two. Then my energy returned naturally. Not every emotion is a message that requires action. Sometimes it's simply part of being human. When you stop expecting perfect emotional stability, you become less afraid of temporary changes. A bad mood stops feeling like evidence that your life is falling apart. It becomes just another passing experience. So what can you do when your mood suddenly changes? Try a simple mood check-in. The next time you feel off, don't immediately search for a dramatic explanation. Pause for a moment and ask yourself a few questions. How did I sleep last night? Have I eaten properly today? Have I moved my body? Have I been spending time with negative information? Have I been stressed for longer than I realized? You don't need to analyze every feeling deeply. Just gather information. Think of yourself as a detective rather than a judge. Often, this small habit creates distance between you and the emotion. Instead of becoming trapped inside the mood, you start observing it. And that observation alone can make the feeling easier to handle. The truth is that your mood is not always a perfect reflection of your life. Sometimes it's a reflection of your sleep. Sometimes it's your environment. Sometimes it's a collection of tiny experiences you barely noticed. And sometimes it's simply part of the natural rhythm of being human. So the next time your mood changes for no obvious reason, remember this: you don't need to panic, and you don't need to immediately fix yourself. Pay attention. Stay curious. Give yourself a little time. Your emotions are always moving. And just because you feel one way right now doesn't mean you'll feel that way forever.